every day of our life has been beautiful and inspiring, more than often because of the woman in our life. The various roles by which we all are influenced by, from our grandmothers, mother, from our sisters, your wives, daughters, and also friends who have brought beauty, softness, gentleness, as well as that mighty force that drives us to achieve. Very often we will find that it is due to some woman in our life. On the occasion of Women's Day, and I always feel that every day is meant for everybody, but special days we take out to greet, express our gratitude, and make those special people in our life feel honored, special. Today is for the woman. Many years ago, I attended one talk by Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, and he was addressing a huge gathering of all women. And in his imitable style, he just stood up and in his roaring voice said, "Man and woman cannot be equal." I was sitting in that audience. There were many men sitting in that audience also behind, and we thought that eyes will start rolling and you don't know what will start flying. And in the next breath he said that man and woman cannot be equal, because if anyone who is more than a man, it is a woman. This is not just to flatter, but there are many, many roles in our life that each one can fulfill. But there are some special roles that only a woman can fulfill, where no man, no father, no brother, no friend, no husband can fulfill. Therefore, this essential quality of a woman that makes her so adaptable in every situation, in every role that we may have in this life to fulfill, every duty, every profession, career. Where is it that a woman does not shine out? Yet, no one can replace, not even a dad can replace what our mothers give to us. Each one has got that special uniqueness, and without them, that essential quality that we require within us, whether we are men or women, to attain happiness, harmony, goodwill, success, is possible only when we have that inspiration from some woman in our life. This is not an exaggeration, this is not a flattery. As such, in the universe, People talk about equality, people talk about high, low, etc. But both these forces, male and female, are different, but there is no inequality between them. This is something which is essential to understand. And at no period of time, no woman should ever consider herself to be unequal to anybody, another man or even another woman. No woman should consider herself to be any lower than anybody. Very often, because of the emotions that most women bear and have to bear sometimes, because only they can give those enriching emotions as well as exhibit the qualities of fortitude, dhriti, perseverance, forbearance, all these qualities that a woman naturally has within herself. For her to become the bearer does not make her in anywhere less. In fact, if anything, more. Yet the universe is the balance of these two forces, the male and the female, Purusha and Prakriti. And in our Indian culture, even God is not complete as He. Even though very often we say He, and therefore we have in our Indian culture, in Hinduism, that force of Shiva and Shakti, the consciousness and matter. When they are together, equal in harmony, such a personality is called as a balanced personality. Every man has the male aspect and the female aspect. So does every woman have the female and the male. It is the predominance of one at a given in a given person or at a given time, that those qualities, and both have their positive qualities as well as, when goes out of balance, can have their negative impact. In nature, these two forces of yin and yang, Shiva and Shakti, when they combine together in harmony, they are not opposing forces. If we don't allow them internally to become opposing forces, even outside, we do not create that conflict between these two forces, these two set of qualities, the masculine and the feminine. Both have their beauty. Yet, the shining and the brilliance that we see in the qualities which are called as feminine qualities, which you will be hearing as we go through the various talks by our eminent speakers, and you will find that how essential are those qualities that are required in every man to attain success, both materially as well as spiritually. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna says, amongst all the virtues, I am those virtues that are seen predominantly in the woman, the feminine qualities, and they are even verbally considered to be, in the language, feminine words. And all these qualities are so essential for us not only to live our life in love, harmony, beauty, but also with dynamism. And that's why we depict Shakti as a feminine power. And feminine power, when we say, those qualities that gives us that power of resilience, that power to face situations even when there are storms of life, to fight situations not with weapons, not with harsh words, but with tenderness and love, with kindness and compassion, with sympathy and empathy. One may call these all as feminine qualities, but this is the strength of a woman, never her weakness. And every man who has got this from the woman of his life and is inspired, such a man indeed is an inspiring man. And therefore, the inspiration, the strength, the Shakti that we all gain in our life is from these inner feminine powers and strength. There are masculine powers also, but that which gives us that ability to not stop till we reach our goal. Therefore, we will find also, and all of you may have observed, men or women who are watching this program is not just for women. But men and women who are watching this, you would realize that very often when crises come in families and when men break down in spite of their strong force, it is at that moment not only to give them strength, there is a woman, but at the same time, in those moments of crisis, when the men in the family give up, a woman cannot afford to give up. Because that is the power of love she has, which goes beyond her individuality, beyond her ego, which a man is not able to conquer, but a woman with her love conquers all inequality, conquers all challenges, because with a sheer determination that whom she loves, she cannot allow that person to suffer. But an important thing, which the feminine power in every woman, which is Shakti, when a woman forgets that, then she feels that weakness. She feels, I'm a victim. When she suffers for the suffering of others. That suffering brings out her strength. But when the question comes, why me? And she begins to suffer. And when she starts in her own self becoming a weak person and not recognizing that what she considers as her weakness, what she considers as her drawback, in fact, is her strength. And that strength, when any woman can recognize within herself, such a woman is a force to reckon with. Nothing can stop her. Nothing can stop her goodness. Nothing can stop her achievement. Nothing can ever stop her from achieving anything in life. And therefore, never be hard upon yourself. That very love that you so graciously give to everyone, so spontaneously give to everyone, because it is your nature. In that, learn to embrace even yourself. Then no person in the world can ever make you feel low. No situation in life can make you feel low. No thing in life can make you feel incompetent, low, or inferior. And when you discover this inner feminine strength, then even the masculine in you, that courage, the spirit of adventure, actually gets enforced. Then only, really speaking, that balance takes place in the people whom you give, whether your children, whether your friends, your colleagues, whoever you share with. When you are able to give them that strength, you recognize how much empowered you are. And that feminine strength is not the destructive strength. That feminine strength is the constructive strength of creation. These are the wonderful powers that lie in these aspects of nature, especially the feminine nature, which, I repeat again, has to be there in both a man as well as in a woman. But never should we consider these feminine qualities natural to the woman as anything that is weakness. It is, in fact, the strength. In one of the women's sessions, I'd heard a beautiful example that if man is like an oak tree, to stand firm, but sometimes the storm is so great, so mighty, that even an oak tree or a teak tree can fall. But a grass can bear in its gentleness the greatest of all storm. And therefore the question is, who is stronger? The oak tree or the grass? Please don't interpret it that the grass is to be trodden upon. But that gentle grass that knows to adjust to any pressure is stronger in its gentleness to encounter any mighty crisis or storm in life. While those who are firm and hard can achieve something. But if in life we do not have the gentleness and the flexibility, then sometime that strong oak tree can break, even snap. If one does not take that being strong, being firm, being adamant is strength, then we can discover that there is strength, as we said in the beginning, in love, in compassion, in kindness, in empathy, in forbearance. And it is that perseverance that takes us forward to reach our goal in spite of any difficulty, obstacle, or challenges. This we see in our lives when we look at those wonderful women in our life. Again, this should not be an expectation that a woman has to put on herself, by which she becomes hard, she suffers. Therefore, all these qualities, when we have it within ourselves, when we give it to ourselves, when we love ourselves, and that's not the love of selfishness over other, when we are compassionate upon ourselves, this is not at the expense of being harsh on others or neglecting others. But once we understand the power, the greatness of these feminine qualities, they are the ones that give us Shakti. They are the ones that give us power. It is with that Shakti that Ishvara, Shiva, God, creates. God sustains. And God also eliminates. So when we say that God does it, it is all that power, that Shakti. And in one word, when we think about God, it is not male, female, it's just love. It's just infinitude. It's just happiness. Where there is love, there is happiness. Where there is happiness, there is completeness. Where there is completeness, there is infinitude. And this infinitude we have to discover within. And therefore, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says in the Gita that amongst all the virtues, you will see the glimpse of the divine. You will have the glimpse of completeness. And this Bhagavan has said in the 9th chapter of the Gita. In the feminine, powerful, inspiring virtues. Be inspired and be inspiring. I invoke the blessings of the divine on all of you. Be the loving, inspiring, giving, sharing, and abundant woman that you are. Hari.